Welcome to February 2015's Coffee with Manitou session part 5. We start this video with Bryant discussing the new quarterly upgrade process.
Upgrades, quarterly releases. Now you can request a detailed list from our support department as it relates to upgrading. We do have an upgrade compliance list, and it will outline all of the Manitou 1.62 upgrade system requirements. As many of you already know, BOLD now utilizes a quarterly release schedule for our updates/patches. We like to call them updates and not so much as patches. The above chart here really displays our best case schedule. Of course, this could be modified per our product control team, but this is our targeted release schedule from a quarterly basis. Quarter 1 being Manitou 1.62, all the way to quarter 4 with Manitou 1.65. Now, there could be 1 to 4 updates with each quarterly release, so keep that in mind. Currently, in the first quarter, we are at Manitou 1.62 with update 3. So be sure to read the release notes. There are some exciting updates in the latest and greatest release, and so just stay up to speed with what's going on. And I've already told you the different methods and ways that you can stay up to speed with what's currently going on with our quarterly releases. Now, the upgrade compliance checklist that I just mentioned here, you can request this from our support department. It will outline all of the Manitou 1.62 upgrade system requirements, and our current version is 1.62. It covers several of those items that are listed in our upgrade compliance list. So we're just going to highlight a few of the items that are on that checklist here for you, just so you can be prepared. If you're already upgraded to the latest and greatest, that's great. If you're not and you're in the process of doing that, now is a really good time for us to revisit some of these checklist items that you'll have to be prepared for. The very first one here that you really want to consider when you're planning to upgrade to the latest and greatest version of Manitou is the database drive space. 20 gigabytes of free space. You'll need to have enough disk space to really double the current size of your existing Manitou database. You want to have the latest Microsoft Windows updates applied to your Manitou servers, and you also want to have the latest Microsoft .NET 4 updates to all of your Manitou servers as well. And you want to ensure that you are on Windows Server 2003 or higher. Keep it in mind that the end of life for that server, 2003, is July 14th of 2015, which we mentioned earlier today. Also, your SQL Server, 2005 or higher, and please, 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 just read the release notes for 1.62. All of the changes are highlighted for in detail of the latest updates as it relates to the Manitou platform.
All right, I'm going to jump in here very quickly with the last poll question that we have for today before Bryant gets into the next slide here. So we're going to go ahead and launch this poll. What version of Manitou are you currently running? And we've got a few different options there, so please go through and make your selections, and we'll close out the poll here in about 20 seconds. All right, we'll go ahead and close out the poll here. And it looks to me like the vast majority of you are still running our 1.61 release here with 76%, but we do have a number of you with 21% on our 1.62 release, which again was released in January. So we'll go ahead and launch it up. I didn't share that. Let me go ahead and share those results to you so that you can see that here. And then we'll go ahead and send this back over to Bryant.
Thank you, Bob. Awesome. So good. This is a really good time to talk about the Manitou 1.62 and a good time to read those release notes as well on your MyBowl. Now, some other questions to consider prior to upgrading is what other modules and integrations do you have with your Manitou system? These modules and integrations must be considered prior to upgrading. Do you have BoldNet, or do you have the Bold Business Continuity, or do you have an integrated accounting package like a Sedona Office and things of that nature? Sometimes it might require updates from that integrated product as well. In cases like that, we do inform you of that as much as possible, and we will inform you in all of the places that I mentioned earlier. But just keep that in mind. These are just some other questions to consider prior to upgrading to the latest and greatest software. Now, some future software requirements. These are things to consider and prepare for. Our latest version that's currently in development is the Manitou Neo. Most of you have seen that at our users conference and probably are anxious, just like me, to see more of that this year's users conference, so hurry up and register for that. It's currently in development. It will utilize the latest and greatest technology to continue to provide you with an automation software that is uncomparable to any other. To take full and complete advantage of that, now is the time to plan and prepare to have the best hardware and software for the future. So for an example, just one small example. Microsoft Windows Server 2012, it provides performance enhancements that Manitou Neo will take to the next level. One of the many benefits that Manitou Neo will utilize with Microsoft Windows Server 2012 is the TCP WebSockets. In 2012 version, it allows for a persistent connection to the web client, which will allow the Manitou Neo client to be super fast with the information at your fingertips and ready to continue to provide that life safety to your customer base. So keep that in mind as it relates to future software requirements. Now, at this time, it's been definitely my distinct pleasure to present to you upgrading tips and tricks. Certainly hope that you have gathered something from this coffee session on today, and I am going to turn it back over to Julie and Bob.
This concludes Part 5 of the Coffee with Manitou session from February 18, 2015. Register for next month's Coffee with Manitou session at boldgroup.com and check out any upcoming videos on our YouTube page. For more information, contact your account manager today at sales@boldgroup.com.